Have you ever experienced the acid reflux or nausea after eating? That uncomfortable feeling when your stomach feels like it's working in reverse? In TCM, this is known as stomach qi rebellion or 胃气上逆 in Chinese. But what exactly does this mean? What is this abstract concept of qi? To put it simply, qi includes air, oxygen, and any other material substances, but we cannot translate it into air because it represents something more. It is both the material essence and the functional energy that maintains life in philosophical terms. Now, you may ask, why not just describe air and function separately? This is a great philosophical question, and it involves the ideas of monism and dualism. So in monism, essence and function cannot be torn apart. If you understand the fundamental differences between Eastern and Western cultures, this will become easier. So Western concepts of qi are based on physics, and this is something you might see, you might feel, and it does not include the dialectical unity of matter and function. Well, Chinese concept does the opposite. This sounds very difficult to understand, right? So, did the Asian thinkers just innovate this idea and say, okay, I innovated the idea of qi, and let's just accept that we have it here. Actually, the concept of qi in ancient China originally referred to a natural phenomenon. It was understood as the energy that flows everything in the universe. It sustains life and natural order. So basically, it sounds like physics. However, over time, this concept evolved into a more philosophical one, merging with ideas of balance, harmony, and interconnectedness. This is how these two sides of philosophy separates their way. And philosophers began to see qi not just as energy, but as a very force that unites material and function. Now, it is a very subtle substance, so fine that it is almost invisible to our naked eye. The ancient thinkers found that wherever there is function, there is qi. So this monism forms the foundation of Asian philosophies, not just in TCM, but across many fields. It's just that our focus today is on TCM. So qi is often described as the vital energy or life force in TCM. It is a unity of material substance and physiological function. We even have a lot of terms related to qi. For example, when we say 浩然气, this means lofty or upright energy. And these aren't just abstract ideas. They have very practical applications in clinical practices. For example, when there is acid reflux, TCM doesn't just focus on the acid and aiming to neutralize it with alkaline substances. It looks at the qi and examines whether there is dysfunction in the stomach. This is how TCM addresses the root cause, because even if you neutralize the acid once, it can return. But if you restore your stomach qi, you will feel better in the long run. This logic applies to all illness diagnosis and treatment. So when qi is balanced, the body works in harmony. When it is out of balance, illnesses arises, just as simple as that. And in TCM, qi is much more than just an invisible force. Now, for example, when stomach qi rebellion occurs, how can we restore this balance? The answer lies in the movement of qi. In TCM, qi flows in a constant rhyme. It is influenced by the interplay of yin and yang. When yin and yang are in harmony, qi moves smoothly. But when there is an imbalance, when yin and yang are out of sync, there is an internal struggle between zheng qi, or you may say the righteous qi, and xie qi, the pathogenic qi. So this imbalance leads to disease. In the case of stomach qi rebellion, so this means that your stomach qi, which is supposed to descend, it starts to rise. This causes discomfort like belching, acid reflux, and nausea. So what you should do is restore your harmony to your qi. We use a lot of different techniques that focus on balancing the qi. But before we dive into those techniques, which is difficult to explain right in this short video, we have to understand what is the cause of this rebellion. What yin and yang, which one went wrong in your body. So in the next episode, we will introduce this concept and explore how it influences our health.